In this video, you're going to learn about one of the most effective ways to sell more cars in 2024. And it's not Facebook ads. It's not even Google ads, which I admittedly love. I'm talking about email marketing, specifically email marketing for car dealerships. Now, if you've ever watched a video on my channel, you'll know that Google ads are my bread and butter. In fact, I've generated billions of dollars of advertising revenue for Google and millions of dollars of net income for my clients. But with major changes coming to Google Ads, specifically the removal of zip code targeting, finding new ways to reach customers has become more important than ever before. So why is email so powerful? It has an insanely high ROI, maybe the highest in all of digital advertising. After the initial setup, it's low maintenance and actually very easy to manage and to make data-driven adjustments that keep getting more sales. It's been around for decades and it's the closest thing to a future-proof, reliable cash cow. But before we jump in, my name is Jim Flint. I've helped my clients generate over $290 million in profit over the last 25 years. And I'm using my channel to share all the marketing secrets that I've learned through the years to help you grow your business. Now, the most common mistake I've seen with dealerships in their use of email marketing, and it's a death sentence for your campaigns, is blasting the same message over and over again to every subscriber. What drives me crazy is that most of these dealerships have verifiable first-party data that they could use to their benefit, but they actually use it to their detriment. It's like having a GPS pointing to buried treasure, but choosing to keep digging blind and hoping that you're gonna find it. For example, I worked with a dealership in Houston, and we did exactly that. They emailed the same messages and offers to everyone, and engagement kept going down each time they hit send. It got to a point where they're ready to give up on emails. But my team overhauled their email blasting strategy when they got blacklisted by Google, because if you send the same email out enough times, and each time the email gets rejected and listed as spam by an email filter like Gmail or like Yahoo Mail, you'll find out that you might be blacklisted and not even know it. So my team overhauled their entire strategy, but what brought the most drastic changes was actually the easiest thing we did. Segmenting the list based on customer interest and previous purchases was a game changer. To give you an idea of how simple this can be, we made sure that luxury car enthusiasts receive emails about the higher end models, and budget-minded conscious buyers receive tips on maximizing value on lower end cars. Now that seems obvious, right? But what resulted was a 30% increase in open rates and a significant boost in sales inquiries, aka leads. Now, if you're worried about the time that it takes to analyze customer data, I'll show you a tool in this video that'll help you do it in minutes instead of hours. In fact, I'll show you how to craft hundreds of highly personalized professional emails in 20 minutes or less. But before we move on to that, one more thing about segmentation. Think of it as having different sales pitches for different customers. Makes sense, right? Hard to argue. But you wouldn't try to sell a family-friendly model to a single 21-year-old guy. Segmenting your list means using data that you have to tailor an offer that has a higher chance to resonate with each consumer. And with email advertising, the key is the feedback loop. You'll get the campaigns from your results almost instantly. So every time you hit send, it's more information that you can use to refine your selling strategy. Just keep an eye on your metrics and you'll be able to evolve and adapt in almost real time. So now that you know about segmentation, you're probably wondering what goes on inside the actual emails. This is another area where one size fits all or spray and pray is widely employed and utilized by dealerships. And it's the wrong approach. I recall a time when a dealership in Atlanta was having trouble taking their email game to the next level. They thought it cost money. And in this instance, you do have to spend money to make money. It's not like emails that go out for free or more valuable, especially when they're causing damage to your operation. And I recall that they had a pretty good segmentation process in place, but the issue was how generic their emails were, which really isn't segmentation at the end of the day, is it? So we created personalized messages that they could send by name, by make, and by model to their customer list. By including their name in the subject line, click-through rates nearly doubled, and it was soon followed by a boost in showroom visits. Okay, Jim, I hear you, but how long will it take to build these customizations into our email database? It's kind of wonky, and it's been years since we've cleaned it up. In my opinion, all you have to do is go one step further than your competition. You see, most dealers think that personalization is about putting the name of the customer on the subject line. And yeah, I just said that a second ago. That's an old trick, and it's not enough to stand out anymore. It's enough to get you an open, but it's what you do once they're inside the email that matters most. And if you want to go one step further, and you could personalize the subject line in the first few lines inside your email, now you start to sound like somebody who's willing to stand out, somebody who's willing to do the extra work to turn an email open into a lead, to turn the lead into the appointment, to turn the appointment into the show, and to turn the show into gross profit via a sale. Look, with the rise of AI, creating messages that feel especially tailored to an individual takes less time and less effort than it once did. In fact, AI is the secret weapon that will make everything we've talked about so far 10 times faster, 10 times more efficient than it was even a year ago at this time. AI can analyze customer data, find out their preferences, look at their behaviors, and use all of it to dynamically adjust the content of the emails that we create on your behalf. Think of it as having a team of expert data scientists doing deep research on your customers' preferences and interests. When you harness that power, your emails will turn into a golden bridge that builds relationships and drives sales. All right, we looked into segmentation and personalizing your emails via AI. Now let's talk about how you can cut the time invested by 2/3. Never miss a key opportunity and keep your emails flowing on autopilot. See, I used to work with a dealership in Texas where they would send the emails manually, which was not only time consuming, but inconsistent. And the results were spotty at best. They'd forget about important dates and miss opportunities for key communications. Because when things got busy, nobody wanted to sit down and write emails. So we implemented automated sequences that resulted in more opens of the same email the second time it was sent than the first time. A surprising finding, but people do have a fear of missing out. And they are more likely to see something and engage with it the second time they've seen it if they haven't engaged with it the time before. Look, there is a law of diminishing returns. You can't send the same email out 3, 4, 5 times, but there is incremental improvements by sending that second email to the same customer. Let me show you what these sequences were and what they look like exactly. Plus, a bonus one that you can use to ensure regular, relevant, and timely communication with your customer. Keep in mind that today's email advertising tools are very user-friendly, and you can use AI to do the heavy lifting for you if you like. The first type of campaign I'd like to talk about is a welcome to the family email to new purchasers. First impression, even though you've sold the car, can make or break the ongoing relationship you have with your customers. As you know, the first car is sold in sales, but future vehicles are sold in service. How do we pass the baton effectively? Not only with information during the closing at the dealership, but with a follow-up email campaign that hits all the right buttons. What we did, we set up a series of 3 or 4 automated emails after the close of the car sale so that customers could follow back up with information they signed up for, which provided us with very and them useful information. You can even make a soft pitch or let them know of any offers you have going on at the bottom of these emails. It keeps them engaged and looking out for opportunities to connect with your dealership. This will set the tone for the rest of your communications. And down that same path, don't underestimate service email. These are amazing for building relationships and customer loyalty. Simply schedule automated reminders for routine maintenance based on the typical service timeline. It keeps your dealership and their vehicle top of mind. And if you craft your messages to show that you care about their safety first and foremost, they'll be happy to keep coming back for more business. Moving on. Another easy way to keep building a relationship with customers are anniversary and birthday emails. But Jim, literally every business does that. Right? That's true, but it doesn't mean that they're doing it right. Again, personalize your emails. Show that you're genuine and care about the client. If it sounds like I'm hitting on the same note, it's because that's how important this is. Keep adding personal touches and you'll stand out in any inbox. Finally, down the email path, I'd like to talk about drip campaigns and long-term nurturing. I like to think of these emails as a way to cut in line and literally get 10 steps ahead of the competition. I'll explain what I mean by that in just a second. Just keep in mind that these campaigns have a steeper learning curve and some strategic thinking is required, but you can still use what we've talked about earlier to implement it in a way faster than it was possible to do even a few years ago. Now look, these campaigns take longer to generate results, but that's actually a good thing. And you might even ask, how come? Well, you're going after the people who are just warming up to the idea of buying a car, who are just warming up to the idea of doing service on your service drive. And it might take months for them to make a decision, and your dealership is just another one of many that they can choose from, unless you're the one to actually guide them through the buying journey. You can give valuable information, answer relevant questions, talk about market trends. The key from here is for you to demonstrate that you're genuinely interested in the customer and that you're keeping their best interest in mind, that you're a trusted business and that you've serviced thousands of people just like them. You're building your credibility so you can be incredible. So when it's time to buy, you'll be the first one that comes to mind while all the competition is screaming and begging for their attention. All right, We've talked about segmentation, personalization, and automated email campaigns. 3 foundations that will transform your email advertising into a more targeted, engaging, and effective tool for driving sales. But what's next? Well, you could start implementing and managing these strategies over the following weeks. But if you want a real head start to 2024, and you want to squeeze every penny out of a proven, reliable source of car sales, while other dealerships are still dealing with the Google zip code changes, my team can not only help you with your email advertising, but also every advertising strategy that will make 2024 your best year yet. We are on the front lines every day, helping hundreds of car dealerships like yours. There's a link below this video where you can click to apply to see if you qualify to work with my team. Just a quick warning though, we only work with one manufacturer per market, so we can't guarantee a spot. So if you want to get ahead with time-proven strategies and cutting-edge AI technology, then check out the link below. Otherwise, I hope you found this video helpful. And if you want to learn how we use the strategies in this video to help one dealership scale its operations to 7 figures of net income improvement in 1 calendar year, then click right here.